Senate District, Coruscant. Evening rush hour speeder traffic shimmers outside the permaglass windows, but inside the Grand Convocation Chamber, the air is already electric. A shimmering holoprojector flickers to life mid-debate and, without warning, plays Anakin Skywalker's private recording, Palpatine's voice slithering through the darkness, admitting he is Darth Sidious, architect of war. Gasps ricochet across 1,000 Senate pods. Orrin Freetod drops his snack basket of Melu-run wedges. Mon Mothma slaps a hand over her mouth. Even Mas Amedda's forked tongue freezes. At that instant, Admiral Tarkin's datapad pings. Order 65 eligible. Chancellor judged treasonous. The Admiral lifts one eyebrow as if he's been waiting years to press that button. He does. Clone troopers of the 501st pivot as their HUDs update. Programmed loyalty meets a single legal override. Apprehend or, if necessary, remove the Chancellor. But Mace Windu is faster. Lightsabers ignite violet, green, blue, and chartreuse, because Kit Fisto insists his blade counts as chartreuse, never plain green. The strike team storms the Chancellor's suite. At least I ironed my robes for this. Palpatine stands behind his desk, hood down, no more masks to peel away. So it begins. Palpatine summons the Crimson Blade. The duel ignites every surveillance feed in the Senate Annex, free public HoloNet coverage, ratings through the roof. Windu's Vapad channels righteous fury. Kit Fisto's grin widens as he parries one-handed. Agen Kolar slides in low. Tacy Tin, forever the pragmatist, simply tries not to die first. When Windu finally drives his saber through Palpatine's chest, every energy conduit in the office shorts with a shriek. Darth Sidious collapses, cloak pooling like spilled ink. For one heartbeat, the galaxy holds its breath. Then the clones arrive, not to congratulate, but to arrest. Order 65 said capture, not execute. Wrist binders click shut on Jedi wrists faster than you can say technicality. Before we move on, if you're enjoying this content so far, take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch these videos without subscribing. Thanks for your continued support. Dragged before the full Senate, Windu faces Acting Chancellor Mas Amedda and newly appointed Security Director Wilhuff Tarkin. Master Windu, you were to deliver the Chancellor alive. A live Sith Lord inside these halls? My apologies for solving the problem permanently. A ripple of uneasy laughter. Tarkin doesn't smile. The Republic is not improved by vigilantism, Master Jedi. Henceforth, military command reverts to a civilian high command. On the bright side, I always wanted a vacation. You die on vacation. No, I nap on vacation. Huge difference. Anakin Skywalker, still wrestling with the guilt of nearly siding with Palpatine, steps forward. Give the Council one standard week to create a transition plan. Let them prove their loyalty. Back at the temple, Council chambers feel smaller than ever. Obi-Wan consults the war map. Plo Koon suggests scattering younglings. Yoda nods gravely and asks Ahsoka Tano, freshly reinstated, to shepherd them to refuge on Kashyyyk. Even in crisis, Jedi humor endures. If we survive you, Skywalker, I'm buying stock in Miracle Bacta. While Masters debate, clone commanders linger outside, helmets under arms. Without chips forcing loyalty, they're unsure whom to salute. Commander Cody finally shrugs and salutes everyone. Can't go wrong that way. Midnight, Coco Town. Rain turns neon signs into bleeding aurora. Mace and Anakin meet Senator Hali, a junior Alderaanian who looks like she borrowed Bail Organa's courage. She warns that Amedda and Tarkin intend to eliminate the Separatist Council, blame the Jedi, then replace all clones with conscripts too patriotic to question orders. Before she can hand over the data pack, a Coruscant Guard gunship screams overhead. Blaster bolts cut the night. Hali falls, still clutching the data pack. Windu's saber flashes, deflecting fire. Anakin holsters his. He opts for force-propelled Duracrete tiles, less lethal, more dramatic. Now this is reconsidering diplomacy! Their escape, edited to remove the part where the clones fired first, hits the HoloNet a cycle later. Jedi fugitives attack loyal troopers. Public opinion swings like a Gundark tail. Yoda senses the storm. Within hours, legions of clones surround the temple. Heavy walkers set bracing struts. Gunships hover. Yoda steps onto the balcony, amplifying his voice through the Force. Troopers of the Grand Army, proof we have of chips that bind your will. Choose you must, freedom or slavery. Inside the control tower, Windu slices into the holofeed, broadcasting Kaminoan research logs, inhibitor chips, contingency orders, including the infamous 66. Silence blankets the plaza. Commander Bly is the first to drop his rifle. Dominoes fall. Helmets are removed. Eyes wide, as if waking from a dream they never agreed to. The siege dissolves into a quiet, embarrassed stand-down. Clone troopers stack weapons in neat rows. Army regulations die hard. Far across the galaxy, Anakin and Obi-Wan reach Mustafar in Obi-Wan's battered Eta II Actus that still smells of fried buzz droid. They find the Separatist Council barricaded inside the control center, Wat Tambor wobbling, Newt Gunray sweating through starched collar, Poggle the Lesser chittering. Gentle beings, we can end this war without another blaster fired. You expect us to surrender to Jedi? We've seen your prosecution rates. Hey, we're trending upward, 50-50 if you include plea bargains. Just then, Mazameda's private commando unit crashes through the viewport, heavily armed, distinctive bone-white armor. Their orders? Kill all witnesses. The ensuing melee is intimate, brutal, and cramped. Electro staff crackles against blue lightsaber, commando vibroblades spark off Obi-Wan's gauntlet. Anakin force yanks a thermal detonator mid-arc, flicks it back like a golfer satisfied with par, and the blast folds two commandos into the lava haze outside. When the smoke clears, the CIS leaders crouch behind the Jedi, realizing who their best hope actually is. Sorry about the mess. Meanwhile, Anakin records a confession. CIS surrender contingent on fair trial. Jedi guardianship. No summary executions allowed. On Coruscant, panic roils the Senate. Hollow banners scream contradictory headlines. Sith conspiracy, Jedi rebellion, clone insurrection, take a cruise to Naboo, special rates. Amid chaos, Senator Padme Amidala calmly calls for a snap election. She cites Naboo's rotating monarch tradition. Change in leadership prevents tyranny. The chamber, still haunted by Sidious's betrayal, agrees. Elections fling the usual political hollow ads. Bail Organa hugging orphans, Gideon Danu endorsing droid rights, Maz Ameda promising safety and order. But it's Senator Alicia Borana from Chandrila, little known, scandal-free, who speaks to exhausted citizens. A Jedi-led peace or a bureaucrat-led empire? Choose. Exhaustion votes for her in droves. Borana's first act: suspend charges against the Jedi Order pending inquiry. Second, demand transparent negotiations with the CIS, mediated by Jedi and independent mediators like Mon Cala Admiral Radis, who mostly types in all caps and shouts course plot set at every meeting. The armistice talks convene aboard the Resolute over neutral Naboo orbit. This galaxy is choked on political ambition. Let's clear the airway. Perhaps a less anatomical metaphor, Master Windu? Poggle proposes a droid demobilization timetable. Kit Fisto counters with clone severance packages. Wat Tambor demands techno-union patents remain proprietary. Buddy, we just discovered your accounting software is literally spyware. Even the driest sections are peppered with clones making side bets in the corridor over how many hours before someone flips a table. By day 3, an accord takes shape. CIS systems retain regional autonomy over Republic oversight. Droid armies decommissioned under Jedi supervision. Clones gain full citizenship and the right to refuse orders that conflict with galactic law. Chaos masquerading as liberty. Masameda issues a statement blaming merchants and monks. But there's unfinished business. Windu's court-martial for killing Palpatine. The tribunal convenes under 1,000 holocams. Tarkin prosecutes, arguing precedent, protocol, propriety, anything with the letter P. End the Sith threat, Windu did. End of statement. The vote ties. The deciding nod comes from an unexpected corner. Anakin. He stands, voice trembling with the weight of what might have been. Masters follow the Force. Soldiers follow orders. When those paths diverged, Master Windu chose what protected us all. And if that means fewer staff meetings, I'm for it. Gavel strikes. Windu cleared. 6 months later, Coruscant dawn washes over rebuilt Senate spires. Instead of Imperial banners, the old blue and gold Republic crest hangs renewed, slightly wrinkled because R2-D2 refused to borrow an actual ironing unit. Clone veterans, now volunteers, march alongside recommissioned judicial guards in a Founding Day parade. The Jedi Order, trimmed and introspective, trains a smaller corps focused on diplomacy and defense, not generalship. Ahsoka and the younglings return. They gasp as temple halls resonate with laughter instead of war briefings. Grow we all must, especially bureaucrats. Anakin and Padme stroll the gallery overlooking the avenue, newborn twins in their arms. We almost lost everything. Almost only counts in Dejarak and pod racing, my love. Obi-Wan appears, shifting to uncle mode. Let's hope your kids favor your diplomatic skills, and your wife's patience. With my piloting instincts. May the Force help us all. Down below, Kit Fisto narrates the parade to a group of wide-eyed initiates. Kids, that float represents the Treaty of Naboo, and that one, ooh, Cake Speeder, represents, desert diplomacy. Night falls. HoloNet commentators tally the day. No Empire, no Sith, just a fragile republic with fresh scar tissue and a surprising sense of humor. Somewhere deep in the archives, Jocastu Nu files a new holocron, the Sidious Crisis, resolved by Order 65. The record ends with Windu's own words, etched for posterity. When the Force shows you a forked road, take the branch that scares you, not the one that scares others. And in the quiet of the Council Spire, the Force hums, not a triumphant fanfare, but a steady heartbeat, as if the galaxy itself has sighed in relief. History nearly slid into darkness, but with a single breath, a single decision, the light held its ground. Remember that, traveler, when your own shadow looms long. If you enjoyed this journey through what might have been, don't forget to subscribe. Together, we'll explore more tales that celebrate the galaxy far, far away. May the Force be with you, always.